so tired and weary, they have laid their bodies down. To the place where danger waits, and it's bound to forsake me. So stupid minded, but I go crazy.
Be written, so let it be done.
What's going on, everybody out there today, and welcome to the Mic Council. Well, I'm trying to get my screen together. I'm trying to learn some new things on the platform. Please make sure you hit the like and subscribe button when you come into the room. That empty space right there, I'm trying to fill it out real quick. Just give me 1 second. I'm trying to get everything right. But hit the like button, make sure you share. Hit that notification bell, please. That notification bell is very important. I would like for you to know that when Heritage Hip Hop is on, you can join us whenever you feel free. We will be there. Aha, here we go. Now we got the flyer for the show up on the screen. And today's topic is about, some people say it's about nepotism, Lebron and Bronny, but it's really not. Today's episode is called The American Way, actually. And it's not about necessarily nepotism, but it's about the dreams of a father. For those of you out there that's lucky enough to have children of your own and to raise children, you have been given a gift that is amazing, and having a child it's called like a reward from God for a lot of people. It's like blessings, it's riches. Like only in America do people get sad when they have children, because the Bible always said that if you believe in the Bible, Quran, or Torah, or whatever, Abrahamic religions or more, pardon me, it says that when you have children, it's like you're getting riches. The more children, the more of a blessing you are, or blessing you have. People have their farming communities at one time, so there's that. But if you look at people in America who do corrective business, children are still an asset. Because some people be like, yeah, they can help me with the chores and things like that. But more importantly, you're fortifying a legacy. And LeBron James happens to be the first player to build his legacy in real time in front of our eyes in the professional sport. There have been many other people who had their sons and daughters actually get into sports. For instance, If you watch wrestling, you hear about the NOI family, right? Alpha, Sika, which down the line gave you Rikishi, Yokozuna, Umaga, The Rock, who they call their distant cousin, like they really don't want nothing to do with them, but they claim them, right? Roman Reigns and the Bloodline, you got that right. And baseball, you have Ken Griffey Jr., Ken Griffey Sr. You have Craig Biggio and his son right now. You got that, right? I don't know if y'all know baseball like that. And football, you have Archie Manning, Peyton Manning, and Eli Manning, right? You have so many people. Let's name a few. I'm not going to go too deep into that, but you got so many people who have gifted their sons and daughters ways to enhance their life through the foundation laid upon by their parent. And I ain't going to lie. This is something that's been sorely missing in the urban community because so many people don't have the means to fortify a legacy for their offspring. Now, people would tell you because of racist remarks and all that, and it has nothing to do with your race. It has something to do with your economics. Now, if your race is impacted by economics put on you, then yes, that's a race issue. It is. Keeping it real, how many people of so-called African-American descent are rich? It's sad that people tell us that are not like us will tell us that we have opportunities because look at the athletes. But that's a crap shot, once in a lifetime deal. You have people who will tell us about entertainers. Once again, crap shot, once in a lifetime deal. And we don't really see people pass their legacy down. It's always a this parent did good, but what about the kids type of story. Like, I don't know if y'all know about Eddie Murphy's children, but do y'all hear about them making moves and doing business and having multi-million-dollar companies and stuff? Not to talk about Eddie Murphy. Do y'all hear about? I mean, y'all hear about Diddy and what he's doing for his sons, what he did do and what we got him. You've heard about many OGs and stuff having kids, but their legacy isn't transported in a way where it's given to their children and then given to other children, given to other children, given to other children. It's like a parent would do it, then a child can get it and potentially piss it away, and it won't be something that lasts a long time. America has been built on the transferring of funds. Just think about this. You have people who own slaves in this country, right? And when their parent died, they would sign the slaves over to their children. And then the children had a net value based on the slaves that they had. As the country changed, those people who had slaves that had tremendous wealth opened up banks, opened up financial institutions, opened up automobile companies, opened up investment companies, insurance companies. If y'all ever wondered why back in the past, if you didn't know this, people always hated the bankers because the bankers took advantage of people by holding their money, right? The parents of these companies made sure their children married into other companies or other rich families to fortify riches and then set up trusts, businesses, and things like that so they can be protected from the government and also take their wealth and transfer it to their children. That's something that people don't think about when they're having children. People think about finding someone you love and then having children, but they don't think about the next step to ensure that their children are taken care of for the future. Prime example, how many people you know die, they don't have life insurance? Some people can't even afford life insurance. We're living in a time right now where it costs just as much to go out and eat as to buy groceries. You see what I'm saying? Inflation is like going bananas. And y'all could talk about Trump, you could talk about Biden, you could talk about whatever you want. But the cost of living nowadays has gotten so crazy that money is not only breaking up marriages, but money has people going into polygamous relationships. Money has people going into situations where they're doing more sharing, and you have more outlandish statements with these other platforms that's out here talking about modern women and traditional men and passport bros and all that. Money is the basis of all these conversations. And even in hip hop, everybody talks about all this money they got, but their children look like shit. I support Rick Ross though, because Rick Ross opens up these wing stops and he gifted one to his son to put his son in an ownership position. I salute Dame Dash because he was teaching his son the entrepreneurial spirit, and yet his son had a cookie company. You know, I mean, it's people who can grind, but I don't know their business. I'm just talking on this level right here. And when LeBron James said years ago, while his son was in high school, his goal was to see his son make the NBA, play with his son, and then retire because his ultimate dream was to own a franchise. He gave us the blueprint of what he wanted to do. Now it came time for him to execute the plan. And we see you step one of his plan here. LeBron James Jr. was drafted by the Los Angeles Lakers in the second round of the 2024 NBA draft. And the first thing people said was LeBron made his son a sideshow, and LeBron is taking advantage of his son through nepotism, which is highly hypocritical to me because every sports franchise you have is a nepotism, example of nepotism. I am a New York Giants fan. Y'all can make fun of me. You can say the team sucked. I don't care. But if you look at the Giants, the team was bought for $500 in 1924, I believe. And $500 investment has turned into $1 billion investment. The original father gifted that franchise to his son, Wellington Mara. Now, Wellington Mara gave it to his son, whoever the Mara is now. I don't remember right now. And that is nepotism. They started a sports franchise or bought one, and look how a family business turned into a lucrative investment that could take care of a family forever. The Maras and the Tishes who own the Giants are good. If you look at the Lakers show, they had a Lakers show, Showtime. They talked about Dr. Jerry Buss, rest in peace. He bought the Lakers franchise and made it great, right? Who runs it now? His daughter, Jeannie Buss. Look at all these people in the music industry who, or look at the people who own J.P. Morgan and Chase or the Rockefeller Foundations and all that. These people are elders who are able to make something and pass it on to their children. So ownership has been something that keeps those children away from begging for jobs and working with the common folks. And LeBron James has did it in a way where not only is he getting criticized, but it's a lesson, an economic lesson that they will be teaching about in class for years to come. We talked about LeVar Ball, right? And how he was setting up those shoes to take care of his sons, right? Look what LeBron did. He took the exact blueprint from America. I'm going to make it, and then I'm going to make it so my son can make it. Now, if they form a trust and incorporate S Corp or whatever their money together so that they never lose their houses, their cars, or anything, because it all goes into the trust and not up for grabs when it comes to, taxation and things. We're looking at genius premise of taking care of your family. Because Bronny and his family, and LeBron and his family, and then their families will come. They will live off of the James name, the King James trademark. They will have the Space Jams, the sneakers, the video games, the clothing, also the Hollywood and theatrical things they do at the barbershop talk. Those things can be passed on, as well as new things to be made that can be put into something to take care of their families for generations and generations and generations to come. That is the dream of every man that has a child, especially a son. Now, I'm not throwing daughters away, but daughters marry into other people's families and take their names. So it's very hard for a father to give his daughter up. Listen to Nas' song about daughters and how you feel about his daughter Destiny. Look at Biggie always talked about Tiana. Rest in peace, B.I.G. You hear these things and you know how serious it is to have a child, right? Now, I'm going to tell you something about me. My family wasn't actually close like that, and I didn't get a lot of these lessons. And I try to learn some things now to teach it to my family. Whether they listen to me or not is on them, but I at least gave the lessons. But I always wanted to be a dad. I'm not gonna be for real. I looked up to my dad because my dad did a lot. I just didn't understand it at the time. And becoming an adult, I really got to appreciate my dad for this one thing more than anything else. My dad bust his ass to set up something so I didn't have to go through a lot of the things some people went through. Now, love it or hate it, I don't care what you think. But some people out here, unfortunately, don't have that father figure. Whether it's they don't have, whether they have a stepfather who didn't do or a father who didn't do. Some people have mothers that did or were not able to do. It's not about putting anybody down or whatever. It's about the examples a father can give a child can set them up and lead them to a better way. And as adults, our jobs are to put our children on our shoulders and stand up because we want them to start life in a better position than we ever did. You see what I'm saying? Like some people I've taught in many colleges, not many colleges, I apologize. I taught in college, I've taught in many schools. And in 2024, we still have people who have or graduating for being the first in their family to go to college. We still have people who are they're first in their family to get a high school diploma. And off of their work, off of that diploma, off of that piece of paper that says you made value for yourself, they're able to stand up and put their family in another position where previously they could not have gotten to that position. That's to be admired. That is to be celebrated. That is to be looked at as the ground mark, the foundation for something better. Now let's look at LeBron James' case. LeBron James was one of the most hated people coming out of high school. Y'all can tell me if I'm right or wrong. I don't care. Hit them comments. Hit me on my hit me on Heritage Hip Hop. But when LeBron James was coming out, LeBron James commanded a multi-million-dollar deal in high school. If y'all don't remember the King James Adidas sneakers, then you don't really know what LeBron James or what he went through to get into the league. And how people say he couldn't go to college because he was giving money to his mother and all that. Fine. LeBron already was going to the NBA straight out of high school with a sneaker deal. That was unheard of. KG didn't have that. Kwame Brown didn't have that. Salute to them too. LeBron had that. And he had King James green and whites from to match his high school jersey, the green and gold and green and whites, right? So already people's looking at him funny. LeBron James went into the draft saying he wants to be the first billion-dollar athlete because his goal is to own a franchise. LeBron James played the game and became one of the greats in the game by knowing how to negotiate, how to put himself in position to win, how to use his money, also to branch out into Hollywood and do what he needed to do to get more equity and gain more assets and money to his brand, right? Then LeBron, and salute to his wife, they have a family, right? He made sure his kids went to the right schools, which most parents want. He ensured that his son was able to play in a top program where he could play ball and get looked at and go to a top college, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I have a stepson who's like one of the greatest athletes I've ever seen play basketball. And I'm telling y'all, that shit is expensive. And it was one time where he wanted to go to Australia. He was asked to go to Australia. I mean, I'm scared of big ass spiders. Call it what you want. But the money was it's costly to do all this stuff. And LeBron had the access, of course, to get it done. But here's the most important thing LeBron has done with getting his son to the level. He's still protecting his son by being with him. Now, people would say Bronny is in LeBron's shadow, but LeBron's doing everything he can as a father to make sure his son don't get into scandals. He's going to be on the road with him. He's going to be able to go over film with him. He's going to give him the one thing every father would love to give their son. And that's the blueprint to not make the mistakes they did so their lives can be a little easier and to set them up for something better. So Bronny is standing on LeBron's shoulders in real time while they're actively playing. They're not peers. That is still his father. LeBron, standing on his father's shoulder, and he gets to read the blueprint of the NBA and learn how to make business decisions and how to take care of himself while he's on the road and honing his basketball skills, teaching them how to work out, teaching them how to talk at press conferences. That is something that is amazing to see. Because I don't know about y'all, but I always wish my dad taught me so many things. My dad knew a lot, but I didn't really get to get those lessons. And there's people out here who didn't even have a father to teach them anything. And if you remember the old Fresh Prince of Bel-Air episode where Will Smith yelled to hell with him, why don't he want me? When he talked about his father leaving his life for the last time. There's a lot of us out here who wish they could talk to their fathers at least one more time and ask them questions and learn a little bit more about life and the struggle. You see, the American way has always been about collect all the assets you can and protect your family, not just spend it away. See, in our community, unfortunately, because of poverty, we play catch up. We say, I got this money. Let me spend it and have a good time. I'll put some insurance away. And then when I die, my kids can pay the insurance and then that's it. But your insurance is not called death insurance. It's called life insurance. So what you do with your life insurance is to invest it and gain more money, invest it into yourself, invest it into the things that can make capital so that when you put it back into your insurance, that way you have something to give away to your family and you can cover your death expenses. That's a jewel for y'all who didn't know. Pardon me. We have all these people that make this money and we look down on LeBron James. Nepotism. But nepotism is what makes the rich rich, and nepotism is what keeps the poor shut out. Now, are we shutting the poor out? Is he shutting the poor out? I don't know. I can't say that. But what I can say is a father's job, as written in the scriptures, is to teach his son about the Most High and his comings and goings from the sunrise to the sunset. A father's job is to discipline his son. You spare the rod, you spoil the child. And a father's job is to make sure his son has the lessons needed for when it's time for him to travel the road. He's learned so well, knowing about his God, his name, which is his family, and morality and righteousness, that wherever he goes, he knows how to conduct himself. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the American way, if not the biblical and spiritual way. And so many people don't have fathers in their lives, and they running crazy out here. And you know what? If you ask them, I bet you the number one thing they want is their father. We have a community and we have a system where mothers are rewarded everything and fathers are punished, where scientifically the man is supposed to be in charge of the outcome of his child. Now, if you're a man and you leave your child and you want nothing to do with your baby, you are a piece of shit, sir. And whatever you get is what you get. If you're a single man, if you're a man out there, you're a single dad taking care of your own children with no woman to help you, I congratulate you and give you salutations. Check this out. I saw a video where it said that most men don't hear that they're good men because people only talk well to the men at their funerals. The average funeral has a part, where people give their testimonies about the person. It's 45 minutes, and each one is 5 minutes long. So that means there's 9 people that could talk about you at your funeral for only 5 minutes. And if the average person lives to be 74 years old, they sum up your 74 years in 5 minutes. as unfair as that is, it just goes to tell you how selfless the job of a woman is for motherhood, and is definitely selfless as a father when you are in your fatherhood. That's very tough to swallow, but pause, but that's real. And if you think about what LeBron was able to do for his family, one thing that we've always seen when it comes to kings and castles and emperors, presidents, they always take care of their children and try to put them in a way where they can achieve their own goals and be their own person. We had George Bush as president. Yeah, George, his son became president. We had other presidents that had Franklin Roosevelt's and all of them. We had families that were in the White House. That wasn't by accident, y'all. When you go to, like I said, these sports teams, let me tell you how deep the sports teams are. Once again, I'm a Giants fan, right? You got Wellington Mara, whoever, I forgot the new Mara's name, Chris, Tim, whatever his name is, right? He's a Mara, right? They had a daughter, Kate Mara. Kate Mara is an actress, so she won't be doing football. But check this out. You have the Rooney family, which is also a football family. Kate Mara married into the Rooney family. So if you look at nepotism and putting your children in position to stay rich and have these opportunities, the daughter of the Giants family married into the Rooney family, who are the family that owns the Steelers. And now that money crossbreeds, and there's a forever line of income from both sides now that can help that family stay wealthy for many, many generations to come. Well, LeBron, right, which is only the beginning, because like I said, he's at the beginning stage. Remember, Giants started with $500 and went into whatever, right? Most of us can get $500 in our check if we have a good job, right? You take that $500, you own a franchise, right? This man, he's taken his status as one of the top players in the league to groom his son to not only be in the corporation, the NBA corporation, but to be part of a family corporation and to make sure that when he has a child, when his children want to play sports or not, they have something that their father could give them where they don't have to beg anybody for jobs, beg anybody for opportunities. Think about this. If you own a business, right, it is your responsibility to teach your child your business. Me, I do podcasting, right? There's no money in podcasting. Ladies and gentlemen, I do not make money from this. I did at one time, and I got demonetized countless of times. And I do not make money. That's why I ask y'all to please buy merch, hit the Cash App. Y'all see it at the bottom, $ Heritage Hip Hop. I always ask y'all to do that. But if any of my stepchildren, right, or my grandson, any of them needed a job, right? Because I don't have income coming in right now. I will one day. But because I don't have it right now, I can't say work for me and I'll pay you through my business. I can't give them a job. And that's the one thing Dame Dash was saying to DJ Envy on the Breakfast Club. If your son needed a job, can you walk him in here right now and just give him a job and you writing him checks based off of his income and input into the business that you have? If you don't own it, you can't do nothing with it. And LeBron has made it his business to make something that his son can do even after this basketball thing. Because Bronny could be in the league for 2 years. He could be in the league for 5 years. He could be in the league for 15 years. We don't know. But off of the James name, think about LeBron's original plan. I'm going to own a team. And if Bronny could be a scout if he owns the team. He could work in the general manager's office if he learns business. He could work as a scout, workout person. I mean, he could do so much with community liaison, all that stuff when it comes to the team because his father owns it and he has a place in it. And LeBron has a daughter. So by doing that, he could also take care of his baby girl. Think about that. We're going to go to commercial and I will be right back after the words from our sponsor.
Hey, Redman is in the building, of course. Jersey's finest, all about them bars, marijuana smoker. Hey, PSA announcement. I need everybody go support. That's right, support my fucking state, my city. Heritage Hip Hop, a New Jersey media source that celebrates New Jersey hip hop worldwide. Facts. And we are celebrating our legends right here, Jersey, baby. Please subscribe to Heritage Hip Hop on social media. That is Heritage Hip Hop on social media. Jersey, you know I love you. Jersey, you know we got bars and we got music and we got legends all day. And if you believe in Jersey and you love Jersey like I do, support that Heritage Hip Hop on all social media platforms. This is Redman and I approve this message.
Salute to the OG Redman. I'm going to close this out by saying it is very important for us to take what we think about very seriously and to put it into our lives to be a legacy, not only for ourselves, but for our loved ones. Let me tell y'all something. We play the game too much of the haves and the have-nots. A lot of us have the means. We just don't know how to articulate and spend our money correctly. People will buy Fashion Nova and get stuff every weekend, but won't put nothing in their bank accounts, a savings account. How about this? All these people out here have bank accounts, but nobody has a credit union. And credit unions are better than banks. If you didn't know that, look into it. Right? People have been sold a bill of goods to be in debt. You go to school, get a master's, you get debt. You go all this to be something in society, just to go into debt. But the one thing we're never taught is to be owners of something and to pass it on to our families. I want to give a shout out to my man Dave, right? He has a business, free plug for his business. It's called Why You Fix It. The letter Y, the letter U, F-I-X-I-T. Why You Fix It. And he fixes televisions, which he don't do anymore, I don't think. PlayStations, Xboxes, Switches, Apple, Androids, all that stuff, right? PCs. He has a software business or hardware business, I should say, where he fixes computers and things, right? Game systems. He taught his son how to build a computer before his son hit double-digit ages. And he said his goal was to be able to give his son a store so his son can make a business, a life off of whatever he chooses to do. But he has those skills to own and to craft his own way of life so that whenever somebody needs help, he can help them earn money from it and then in turn pass that on to their children. Because as technology continues, so will their learning, and they can foster and give those skills to their children. Now, how many of us have things that we could give to our children? If you're a nurse, how do you get your child into nursing? Because you don't own the hospital, so what do you do? If you're a teacher, how do you groom your child so that they have something? Unless you own a tutoring service or something, a nanny service, a daycare. See, there's things to think about. A lot of us have jobs that don't fulfill the obligation of legacy. And so instead of saying how nepotism is running the James family, we should applaud them because that's the blueprint for us to be where we need to be as a people. You know what we need in our community? We need more grocery stores. We need people who look like us to own the grocery stores so that we can feed our nation. Salute to the Nation of Islam because I believe they have their own farms and grocery stores. So they're able to be self-sufficient. Salute to them. But we need more of that. We need people who make clothes because a lot of what I see is people are walking around half-ass naked and people don't like the cut of the clothes. But if we had somebody who could make the clothes and we own it and supported it, we have something that can help our people have modest wear when they want modest wear or can dress how they want. We don't have laundry mats. We don't have essential things that we need in the hood. Instead, we have We have weed stores, liquor stores that we don't own anyway, churches that don't even really help the community. Let's keep it real. Y'all want to have that conversation? Come on the mic, council. I had it before. We don't have any businesses that foster the community. We don't have our own schools in high regard. Large schools I'm talking about. Like there's no HBCUs in New Jersey. Why not? We don't have, we have schools. We have had private and public schools. Not public. Private and independent schools where the children learn. And guess what? People are trying to shut them down. It's funny how these things always happen when you want to make a way for your child or your legacy. But that's the name of the game, ladies and gentlemen. Life is all about legacy. Because even if you believe in the Most High God of heaven and earth, Yeshua is called, or Jesus, whatever you call him, is God's legacy walking in the flesh. If you look at the prophets and everything they talked about, it was all about the Father and his children, Israel, right? Which is legacy, right? And your legacy determines how you will be remembered. Your legacy determines how you will be honored, remembered, and also cherished as history tells your story. One thing I can say about LeBron, we're going to talk about him for a very long time because he did what other players could not do. And that's not only to play with his son on the team at the same time. So to the Griffies, I did the Bonds did it too in baseball. But he's the first in basketball. But LeBron set it up where he owns his legacy and he could bring his children into his own legacy. There's not too many people who've done that. I haven't heard of Michael Jordan giving his children ring in the Jordan fabric, the Jordan company. We don't hear about that. Maybe he did it, but I don't know. And salute to Carmelo Anthony because his son is playing basketball now. And Melo's has to stay Melo brand, where he's doing videos and things. If his son, salute to my man Kayan, if he wants to get into that type of stuff, he can. How many of us can say we can give something to our sons and daughters where they don't have to beg and ask for anything and they're able to get into these jobs and be taken care of? See, those jobs that were your corporate Fortune 500 jobs, also police jobs, fireman jobs, military jobs, civil service and all that, those are very important jobs that pay, that school never taught us to do, but those jobs pay. And if you're the family of somebody in there, oh, you get first preference. How about the longshoremen? First preference for family. And that's why it's important to build a family, not just make a family, but build your family. Now, I'm going to tell you, building a family is hard, especially when you're not the person who's the progenitor of the family. It's very hard. That's why it's always important to have your own. Because when you can have it, I'm telling you, there's nothing better than seeing you progress in life. And even if you don't have it, do your best to make it happen. Because a lot of people listen to you, and you think they don't, but they are. And they put your practices into work, and you just don't know it. Don't sleep on the people around you. Just be sure you're not always talking. Be the living example. And one thing I can say about LeBron being a living example, LeBron has given the new generation something to think about. Because now, a father was able to play basketball with his son and build their legacy together so that when he walks away, his son is not only set up with a career, but he has he has an advantage and an extra incentive to do family work in whatever field his father set up through their branding and hopefully their trust. Not trust fund, business trust. And that's something we all should look into. So that's my show for today. I wasn't here to be long, not an hour show. I wanted to talk about the American way of nepotism and how LeBron and Bronny James have made me proud as a man, especially a man of color, a black man, an FBA, an African American, whatever you want to say, an Israelite, I don't care, whatever you want to say, Muslim. But whatever people are calling themselves, I'm proud of the James family for putting themselves in position to give their children and their future generations to come an opportunity to be elite and to be owners of something. Now, we already know there's other things that may affect that or hinder it, but you got to say God bless them for trying and putting it out there. So if you like what you're seeing, make sure you subscribe to heritagehiphop.com. Follow Heritage Hip Hop on all social media. Let me do this. Follow Heritage Hip Hop on all social media. Y'all see that: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and of course, YouTube. You can follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, whatever. I'm there. All right. So with that being said, may the Most High bless everybody out there. Take care of your families. Hit the Cash App too. $ Heritage Hip Hop. And I'm working on something else too. You've seen the t-shirts. You can go to www.tpublic.com/Heritage Hip Hop. Get your t-shirt today. I'm wearing the Artifacts t-shirt from Ella Sensei, but I have t-shirts of my own. Support Heritage Hip Hop, man. I appreciate y'all. May the Most High bless you. May you take care, be able to take care of your families. Peace. And I'm out.
Real hip hop. Real hip hop. We here. Real hip hop.